to be New Super Luigi U, only using one Joy-Con. This doesn't mean I'm using one Joy-Con horizontally. I'm using two Joy-Cons without touching the right controller. What this leads to is only being able to spin jump and walk, and in some circumstances, wall jump and ground pound. You are able to spin jump because if you shake the controller, it performs the action. I am aware that it only detects the right Joy-Con, but for the first time ever, the Joy-Con grip actually helps, which allows you to shake it without touching it. Without further ado, let's get on with the challenge. 1-1 shows just how annoying this challenge is going to be. It wasn't that challenging, but proved that it would be difficult to get used to these controls. 1-2 was practically impossible playing as Luigi, because I would either die from pits, die from enemies, or just run out of time, so I decided to use Toadette for the rest of the game. With her increased time and her super crowd, I eventually cleared this level. I even got the secret exit, which is cool, but I'll only use it if a level is too hard to clear. Fortress was surprisingly easy. Maybe I was just lucky, but I got this on my first try. Dash 3 was basically the same thing. Nothing else to note. Dash 5 was easy, but 1-4 gave me some trouble. It was here that I realized one of the biggest flaws of this. A spin jump has a fixed height. It can't go higher or lower. This becomes a problem when you need to make a big jump or a small jump. And when too big of a jump equals death, it becomes extremely tedious and difficult. I did manage to complete it though. Castle was the hardest level yet. It required tricky jumps. I couldn't take any damage because I had to keep my super crown, and the Munger segment was tremendously hard, even with the crown. After many tries, the level was completed and led World 1 to a close. One was difficult because of the spike balls spiked through. Something I haven't talked about was how delayed the spin jump is. The motion controls don't respond immediately, making it hard to time jumps. Because of this reason, this level was tedious, but possible. There was another split path, but I only did one this time. 2-3 had this one part where there were a bunch of giant piranha plants spitting fire at you, but other than that, this level was easily completed. Fortress was extremely excruciating. I'll divide this level into 3 parts. Part 1 introduces my worst nightmare, screws. Screw you, screws! The problem with screws is that in order to turn them, you need to use the same action you use to spin jump. which means you can't spin jump while spinning the screw. I tried it over and over, but I couldn't do it, even with the Super Crown. That is, until I used an acorn. After a couple of attempts later, I finally got up there. Here's the footage. Part 2 took less attempts than Part 1, but was still pretty hard. My best strategy was to jump to the second platform, jump to the very edge of the third platform, and jump back. Here's what I mean. Can you guess how difficult Part 3 is? You guessed it! Incredibly easy. I did it the very first try, which means that 2-Fortress is complete. For 2-4, while trying to beat the level of the copter, I accidentally found the secret exit. Well, I'll take it. Five was a little tricky, but not enough to make it hard. Same with 2-6. Very tricky, but more than doable, even with the fast rolling hills. 2-Castle required a flying power-up in order to go above the sinking platforms, but nothing I couldn't handle. That concludes World 2. World 3 brings up a big problem. While you can go into the water and swim with Toadette, you can't get out of the water. You can escape this in 3-1, but 3-2 is impossible because you're too slow when swimming. One is a weird one. My strategy was to spin jump to the right 3 times as quickly as possible, jump on the far right bruiser, wait for the next bruiser to throw a barrel, and then spin jump again. Here's what I mean. Even with this cool strategy, 4-1 seemed impossible as there was a part that you would always get damaged, but you'd need to have some sort of flying power-up in order to clear this level. As a last resort, I decided to do the 1-2 secret exit. I didn't think it would be possible because it's a water level, but it was the easiest level by far. And that leads to the end of this video. Now that I've completed Worlds 1 to 4, I'll do a part 2 of Worlds 5 to 8. Tune in next time to find out if you could beat new Super Luigi U only using the left Joy-Con. Bye!